I told you I was at this going-away party for my friend Nick Gold, our friend Nick Gold, who was
mayor's assistant.
Well, he's the mayor's
right-hand
press
man.
He was his press secretary for a number of years, worked at City Hall for 12 years, and he's moved on to other things. So, he was talking about moving on to another gig, and because I think it would be kind of cool riding around with the mayor all the time, going to where the mayor goes, and
it's a lot of work.
He was telling me how, that's part of it, but the other part of it is getting phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning when there's any kind of city problem, whether it be a cop being shot or maybe a major...
Any kind of news story.
Kind of big, huge news story that the mayor would need to know. He said, I'd be up at 3 o'clock in the morning regularly. I was thinking about other jobs that seem on the outside like they'd be very cool jobs that would be a lot of fun, but then, there's a lot of stuff attached to them that makes it difficult. Like I was thinking, if I were a woman, I would not want to date a doctor, like somebody going through, not a doctor, but somebody who was a med student.
On call all the time.
You'd never see him. You'd have to know that going in.
Never see him. That you always hear about how, bad
unless they marry
those relationships are. Unless they marry their own. A truck driver, that would be a tough
on the road for long periods of time
to be married to.
A musician.
Not necessarily jobs that are difficult, but what is a
athlete,
what are jobs?
Pro athlete.
Well, a pro athlete, though, I would think would be good.
When's the last marriage you saw in that world work?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just because there's so many...
The stress of, on the road. Just
exactly, I'm with you.
But isn't the other side of that they're also home for 3-4 months of the year?
3, but gone 9, so...
Well, in baseball, but look at, basketball or... I mean, but then in basketball, you got to worry about, is your husband...
Who they're sleeping with.
That's true.
I think the temptations of the professional athletes, it must just be... I don't know what, because none of them can seem to get through a marriage.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's like one dysfunctional marriage clinic.
Yeah. I mean, let's think
any
about
pro athlete.
What job is a bad job to be in a relationship with, where the job often screws up the relationship? I mean, I'll tell you right now, one job. DJ.
Oh, yeah. The hours.
And I'll tell you what, the success rate of relationships in DJs is, nothing.
I've heard more stories just from working with men all my life.
Well, and a lot of it is
what
just
they go through.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is also the people who are attracted to this line of work are have something just a little wrong with them. Present company
enough
all
to
included.
Get the job.
Yeah, enough to get the job, and then enough to screw up relationships. Let's see, Amy.
Yes.
What do you want to contribute here?
Bartending.
Are you speaking from the fact that you were or someone else?
Someone else.
It's bad to be in a relationship with a bartender.
It's really tough because it seems like it's fun and it seems like it's very glamorous and you get to do all those cool things. You're always on the inside.
Glamorous?
Well, yeah, because a lot of times when you get these bartenders that they work in the good clubs.
Oh yeah. Oh, you get free drinks.
Yeah, you're in there. You're with the gig.
Make a lot of money too.
They work really long hours. It's hard physical labor. They're always tired. They're on an opposite schedule from you.
Their schedules are crazy.
Nights.
Yes.
And women are slipping them their phone numbers all the time.
Yeah, that was a big concern of mine. I was like, it's your job to flirt with drunk, beautiful women.
Sure, absolutely. You know what else? Here's the worst. For a guy, can you think of a worse job
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks.
for your girlfriend to have than that of being a stripper?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see
their job is now to flirt with drunk men.
The thing is, though, whenever you see strippers with guys, usually they're guys who you would kind of expect to be with a stripper. And you never see, an accountant with a stripper, right?
You maybe behind closed doors. It won't be on record.
But it's always like a club DJ. Who's
with the hair?
Yeah, with the hair and the ponytail. And those are the guys who always are kind of hanging with the strippers. What else do we have here? Some good ones.
This is
Dustin.
Yeah.
Hey,
I had one of the worst jobs.
Yeah.
Pretty much any job in the Navy's pretty bad, but I was on submarines.
But any service job that you wonder if they're going to be back alive?
Man, you spend 89 days underwater with no phone calls and no letters.
How do you do that?
Well, you can't get any mail. No, there's no communication at all. Not even phones.
Certain submarines there are, not on the ones we were on. It's the nuclear missile submarines that stay underwater and stay underwater for 3 months at a time.
Do you remember the
U.S. mail doesn't get by there? The mail submarine didn't come by?
No, the mail sub didn't quite make it by.
Do you remember that time we talked to that woman whose father was a CIA agent or worked for the CIA, and he would leave for weeks at a time, unannounced, could not tell the family where he was going, could not tell them when he was coming back. They had no idea when he was leaving or for how long. Can you see being married to something like that?
No way.
That's tough.
How bad would that be?
Thanks, Dustin.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, Navy sub. Jennifer?
Yes.
Yeah, you're saying what now?
I am married to a tattoo artist.
Now, why
What's so
would that-
tough about that?
Please, do you know what they do?
Tattoo?
Yes, they do tattoos, I believe. I don't know.
Are you saying because they see women's boobs and butts?
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, they also have to, there's some prep work in the tattoo.
What, they have to massage the area? What?
They have to shave the area.
Oh.
Oh, the tattoo
Oh, I
artist
get
does
ya.
all that?
Yeah.
I thought you
getcha.
show up with the site ready to go.
Well,
guess
one
not.
would think, but
With the job
I've seen
site.
some of these women, and it is scary what they come in looking like.
Right.
But they're up. He's coming home at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's what he tries to console me
Biohazard.
with. But then you see some strippers and
Exactly.
Yeah, see, if I were you, I wouldn't be worried about, because some of the women who he probably sees, you're probably safe with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He's like a doctor. Once, he's down there for so long that it's...
It's a job.
That's just a
It's
job.
a job. You're
That's just
right, and
that-
he's a great
yeah.
guy. So
You feel
would
better
never.
now?
Job.
Okay.
All right,
She
let's
feels
see.
better.
How about, see, Heather's got the idea. Heather?
Hey guys, morning. Police officer.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That is very, very nerve-wracking every single time.
Right.
Especially the
Goes to
last
work.
3 months in Atlanta when every other day there's an officer showing up shot.
Yeah, and it's gotten more rampant lately. The two in Cobb County, the SWAT guys in Cobb County that just passed away, and
It's everywhere.
it's scary.
Hey, we had a wife of a police officer on a few weeks ago. Let me ask you, do you every day think about that? I mean, is that just something that you have to live with every day, or are you able to just completely put it out of your mind?
Lately it's been on my mind a little more. It's right there at the front of my mind, primarily because all this crazy stuff that's going on. But sometimes it's easier if you just wrap yourself into something else and try not to think about it. And you talk to him and see how his day was. But sometimes the crazy stories you hear, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Where is he a cop?
He's a Fulton County detective.
Right.
Oh, so is he a plainclothes?
Yeah, he's a plainclothes one, but still he's out. He's a juvenile detective too. So
They're the most dangerous people.
yes. Crazy kids with guns today in school, so...
At least he's not on a beat, though,
Yeah. Still, he has to go out and look for kids and bring them in and stuff like that and question them, so...
He's probably got to go into rough neighborhoods and question people, right?
I mean, I get jittery just because he has a gun in the house, It's just laying there, and I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Hi, gun.
Yeah, that would be to me.
Thanks, Heather.
You're welcome, guys.
Should we go to 3 there?
Joanna, go to 5.
Hi, Joanna.
Hi,
Now, this is interesting.
Married to...
a funeral director.
Yeah, there's a job.
Now, why is that such a terrible job to be married to?
Well, you would think, we got all the jokes. People are dying to see you, and
Okay, yeah, right.
but when people die in the middle of the night, you got to go get them.
Oh, right.
So the hours are pretty long, and you're always on call. You got to work holidays.
He can't come home in a chipper mood every day.
Yeah.
Yes, that has to affect him emotionally as well.
Would you consider him a fairly solemn person overall?
No, actually, he was a bunch of fun. And they're a bunch of practical jokers.
They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stories I've heard are.
And when you go to a party, everybody's like, "Oh, you're a funeral director?" So, and they ask you 50 questions.
Exactly.
When you first started dating him, was he doing that job?
No, he wasn't.
I was going to say, did he wheel you in to impress you, take you in to see the scene?
No, actually, I never went in there because it gave me the creeps.
Yeah. Would you have a closet full of black suits?
No, but dark blue and somber colors.
I can see how that's one of those jobs where you're on call 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he comes home and, you guys go to bed and you start fooling around, you think, man, the last person he was fooling around with was dead.
Well, I don't know if he was fooling around.
No,
with the
but I'm
person.
saying he had his hands
That's
all over.
called something else, I believe.
That's something else,
not
but-
that fooling around.
No, but,
that'd be a tough one to be married to a funeral.
Yeah, I'd always
director.
joke that if you ever asked me to get real cold and lay real still, it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll see you later.
All right.
Hey, honey,
Thank
let's
you,
role
Joanna.
play.
Bye.
Eric,
Yes.
what's up, my man?
Oh, not a whole lot. What's going on, folks?
What can we do for
What
you?
are you married to?
A stripper.
Oh, you're married to a stripper.
Yeah?
How tough
Okay.
is that?
It's pretty tough. I'll tell you, the toughest part is, of course, she gets home in the middle of the night, and I get up early because I do construction, and she's always horny when she gets home, so she wants to get in there and just start going at it all the time.
And you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You must be a very confident man that you don't worry about what's going on at work.
No, well, everybody's got to worry about it, but, I'll sneak in there and sneak in and check her out, make sure she's being good all the time.
Hey, let me ask you, because you say that when she gets home, she's horny. I was under the impression that strippers completely are able to remove the sexual aspect in their own mind from what they do for a living. That when they get up there, they're not thinking sex at all. They're just thinking money.
Right. Well, I'd have to say that that's probably true in some sense and true, not in a sense. It's true in a sense that, at the time they're removing themselves from that. But apparently, at least in her case, it comes back later. She's saving it all up. I don't know. But she also likes women, and that, that makes her...
She also likes what?
She's got to watch all them women all night. I don't know.
Women, so she's bi.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that's great.
Now, when you married her, was she a stripper or she became a stripper?
No, I made her one.
You made her one?
Her a stripper.
Okay, Svengali, what do you mean you made her one?
Well, yeah.
You sound like you're
talking... she just, she's really gorgeous, and I bought her boobs and all, and I said, you ought to...
You're talking like you're a pimp.
You ought to use all that. No, I don't. I don't
she's making decent.
Do it.
I got her some boobs and I got her down there to the stripper.
Okay, hang on a minute. Now you say that again. I couldn't hear what you're saying.
I said I don't make her do it. I don't tell her she has to do it. But I got her. Bought her the boobs and everything, and I took her to the club and introduced her to the the profession and everything.
Was that something she wanted to do, or was this like job counseling?
Well,
on your part?
It was kind of like job counseling because she didn't think she was beautiful enough and all that. Like same thing as all the women. I just gave her confidence and
you gave her some confidence, a couple of boobs, and a map to the strip club, and she's good to go.
That's right. Yeah.
And when you first suggested this line of work for her, how did that go over?
Not real good.
Imagine
not
that.
Good at all. Yeah, I had to take her to a strip club and get her liquored up until somebody pulled her up on stage, and she kind of got down to the panties, and then they offered her a job. So.
This is a real Norman Rockwell marriage here. And so you got your wife.
How much money does she make? On an average week?
Oh, about $3,000, I guess.
And what's your cut?
$3,000 a week?
And my cut's all. What's hers is mine. What's mine is hers. Yeah.
She's making $3,000 a week.
Yeah. Well, she gets kind of slow now. She only works 2 or 3 days a week, so sometimes she only makes $2,000.
She's making over $150K at the Gold Club.
Exactly.
And I'm sure that's all reported to the
IRS.
I'll tell you what.
We report it all.
Thanks for the call.